San Juan Regional Medical Center is your community hospital, committed to making life better for the communities we are privileged to serve. In fact, better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. What matters most to our patients matters most to us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so you can get the quality care you need right here at home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, celebrating life better here since 1910.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Megan Cullip, along here with Scott Michlin. Scott Michlin.
What's my name?
I don't know. What happened?
I don't know either.
I told you I was still waking up.
I guess you are. Wow.
Oh,
well, good morning and hello.
Good morning
here
and
we
hello.
are. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin here with Megan Cullip, and it's great to see you all and have you with us. This is That's Interesting. It is the program on KSJE where we invite you to call in and be a part of this program. It's not just about Megan and Scott and stuff that we have found interesting during the past week. We want you to be a part of that too. So I'm going to put up the phone number right here and we'll announce it as well because everyone tells me you got to give the phone number more.
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
makes
sure.
sense.
So if you were driving in your car, 505-566, I almost forgot it, 566-3909. There's something in the water this morning.
We gotta get it together over here.
566-3909, 390.9. Get it? That's the reason for the number.
It took me a long time to get that,
yeah,
which is hilarious.
That's okay. But there you go. So we are here, and again, we invite you to call in and share what's interesting in your world, or just call and say hello. You know, I think some people think that they have to say something interesting when they call in, and I don't want to put up any pressure on anyone. I just want them to just call, and they can just call and say hi.
They could. We would love that.
That'd be okay.
We don't know who listens.
We don't. Or just tell us, where you're listening from. Maybe you're listening from some exotic location, like a pool. Or a beach.
A pool is an exotic location.
Well,
maybe down at Lyons. We don't know where people are.
We don't know. Maybe Bistai Bay at Brookside.
That place, I drove past it. It's hopping.
Oh, it is?
It's summertime's having some fun.
Definitely. Well, and today it's going to be 97 degrees.
So we'll need something like that.
No kidding. Very true. But you were going to tell me about a book you read.
Yes, on Saturday I read a book.
Okay.
And
yay!
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's more.
I know. It's funny because I'm a reader, but usually I have like 5 books at once, and I'm just like slowly picking through each of them.
You're one of those voracious readers.
Yeah, I'm like that kind of reader.
Yeah.
But I don't read for a long time in one setting.
Mm-hmm.
But Saturday I just had the time, and I was like, let's see how this works, and then I got hooked. And
the whole book. You read the whole book in one sitting?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. War and Peace. Amazing.
No.
Good for you.
Got through war, never made it to peace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, so the book is called Whole Brain Living.
I'm sorry, Whole Brain Living?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Whole Grain Living.
Whole Brain Living?
Whole Brain.
Whole Brain.
Brain.
So it's about zombies?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. And it's by Joel Bolt Taylor, who is a Harvard neuroscientist, was at least retired now. So knows a thing or two about the brain.
Okay.
And she had experienced this stroke years ago. And over the course of the stroke, and there's a TED Talk on it if you want to go watch it. Over the course of the stroke, she realized, the left side of her brain was the damaged side. So her ability to, think linearly and to, put intelligible sentences together and understand, she describes it as where her body begins and ends, I am this person, all kind of faded away. And so then the right brain was the only thing online, and it was she felt this connection to everything because her boundaries of who she was dissipated because that part was damaged.
Pardon me for interrupting, but I guess in most of you're on a roll and I interrupted you. I'm so sorry, but. For most people, right, it's that left side that is the more analytical side, and the right side is the more creative side. Isn't that kind of how it's usually defined?
Yeah, that's the real basic way. I mean, of course,
that's me.
It's attached by the corpus callosum, right? So both sides are communicating with each other. They never stop communicating. But yeah, there are certain cellular networks, groups of cells in these different regions that do these things.
Okay.
So so that right side was more online, and that's where this idea of like, oh, we were all one, or like I felt the love energy, or like these kinds of things.
Okay.
Like our more spiritual stuff.
She definitely felt that change after her stroke.
Definitely.
Right.
And then it took like 8 years to recover
Wow.
all the other parts of herself, basically. So over the course of this time, she was like, oh, I have this theory. And you imagine the brain as like two stories. And, there are certain areas within the brain where, well, most of them, right, like overlap, certain parts overlap.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them is like the emotion seat. And so you have like on the left side, character 2, on the right side, character 3. They're both emotions based. On the left side, it's more past, and that side is the old primitive one that's designed to keep you safe. Like, I remember this situation going poorly in the past for me. I want to avoid it.
The whole fight or flight,
Yeah.
maybe those really base reactions.
Right.
Sure.
Old
Okay. I'm
base
with you.
reactions. And
I'm with
then
you.
the character 3 on the right side is more like in the present moment. Like, how do I feel in this present moment? And it tends to be more playful and like engaged, and I want to experience everything in the here and now, and like it's like the party side. And then the upper story has 1 and 4, and in 1 it's this executive functioning side. I have a list. I'm getting the list done.
Okay. Right. Got to do
Usually
this.
turned on like during work, basically. That's like the side you're living in. And then character 4 is that spiritual side. It's gratitude. It's recognizing that we're all connected together. And so her idea is that you can do a brain huddle and basically be aware, become conscious of like how all these characters are functioning right now, and kind of choose what is most needed. Yeah, so if I'm like in playful side and I just want to goof off, but I'm at work, check in and be like, okay, I need to turn on character 1 or else I'm not going to get through this list. So that's whole brain
Okay.
living. Yeah.
Huh.
It's in the brain huddle thing, has to be practiced to the point where it becomes habitual, so that when you're stuck in character 2 and you're like maybe you're enraged, or like that, it's like the stress circuit is like run heavy, you can pause and like center using
Right.
this method.
And refocus maybe on that other part of the brain, that other
Right.
character, I guess, right?
Right.
As you described it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know.
Okay. And that goes back to what you taught us a couple of weeks ago about happiness versus contentment, I believe.
Yes.
And maybe a little
Wow.
bit about that. It sticks with me, what you tell me,
Wow.
sometimes. Yeah.
Was that-
I don't know anything more about that, but that part did stick with me about, rather than just trying to reach happiness in our lives, maybe think about being more content with our lives.
Right, because happiness is very contingent on events.
Other
Very-
stuff.
Yeah, it's
Other
external.
right.
Yeah.
So, see?
Yeah.
So maybe that is part of that too.
Yeah, like character 4 would be like your seat of contentment, because you'd have the ability to say like, gosh, I'm so grateful that I have this cup of coffee, I get to be on the radio and have fun, and that I get to do this every Friday. Like, that's
Yeah.
so great.
See?
And that's a contentment
There you,
thing.
there you go. So
Yeah, so whole brain living, Joel
whole
Bolt Taylor.
brain living. Okay.
Check it out.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for bringing that to us this morning.
Yes.
That is interesting.
Yes.
Is this the name of the show?
Yeah, it was
So-
very interesting.
So there you are, everyone. We were waiting for your call this morning at 566-3909. How do you use your brain? And what characters are in your brain from time to time?
Yeah, yeah.
You can give us a call and share that with us. The number, of course, 505-566-3909. Phones are open right now. You give us a call and join in the conversation. I was going to bring up a story yesterday that we've heard about, and that was the Farmington Police Department's getting a new headquarters building.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
I don't know where it's at. I didn't read into it, but
Well, it's okay.
I saw a headline.
Yes, there you go. It's an old Hillcourt building, which is on US 64, just by Andrea Drive there, if you know where the road is that goes up to the detention
Yes.
center and the courthouse.
Yes.
On Crouch Mesa and that
Makes
stoplight.
sense.
It's right over there on the highway. It's within the city limits, because folks were asking about that. But it's a big building. It's certainly a lot more space than they have now. And, as it was described from the city council decided to purchase this building from Hillcorp. Hillcorp was offering it, I think, below value for about $3 million. They're going to put another $3 million into it. The estimates, if they had to build that size of a building to the specifics that the police department would need, would cost maybe $30 million. So that's why it was such a good deal,
Wow.
apparently, for the city to pick this up
Yeah.
and move the police department over to that part of town. So kudos to them.
Makes sense.
It's going to take a while, I think, to
That's
retrofit that building and
Yeah.
change it around.
Call that the criminal justice wing of town.
Yeah, right. And and the first point I was like, wow, that's really on that other corner of town, right, on that southeast corner, if you will. But then I was thinking there are these plans in the works. It's not a secret to build a bridge, the Pinion Hills Bridge, across from the base of Pinion Hills Boulevard, where it crosses Main Street on the east side of town. That would eventually go up Crouch Mesa and cross and kind of link up a little bit with Andrea Drive, and you'd have this whole loop kind of around the city, type of thing. And so from that new police department location, they could get to the east side of town pretty quickly once that new road is put through.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Makes sense.
Yeah, kind of does.
Yeah.
So there you are. But I thought that was an interesting story that came out. I don't know what they're going to do with the old building. That was a question that came up. Was what are they going to use the old building for? And that is a good question. It's been added on to and renovated over and over again. I think at least one plane has crashed into it during its history, and so
At least one plane?
yeah. Well, it's right there below the airport.
Wow.
So there was a rough landing. It was a rough landing. But yeah, so it's had some issues in its life.
Yeah.
That building, but. I'm sure there's a plan.
No wonder it's $3 million.
But we'll ask. No, well, not the new building. This is the old building.
Oh, the
It's
old.
had the plane
Oh,
crash
right. That
into
makes
it.
more sense because it is close to the airport.
Yes,
Gotcha.
the new building is plane free.
Plane free.
Yeah, it's been fine. No one's hit it. No one's landed on it. Hey, we have a call.
All right.
How about that? Let's go to the calls and punch it up here onto the air. And good morning. You're on KSJE. Thanks for calling in this morning.
Scott, good morning. It's Robert Tansey. Hello to you, Megan.
Hi.
Hello, Robert. Thanks for calling in. What's interesting in your world? There's always something.
Yeah, well, probably too much, Scott, but yes, I've jotted down two things that I just want to mention as interesting. One, a suggestion for Megan on her music show on Saturdays, is it?
Yes.
Okay. If she hasn't or not aware of it, there's a tune that's been out for a couple of years in South America that's made itself a big hit. The title of it is Me Fui, which translated means I left. And it's M-E is the first word, and then F-U-I is the verb, Me Fui, by Raymar Perdomo.
Okay.
I'm just going to suggest it as an interesting tune. It has an interesting history in the sense that it ties in with one of my sort of current obsessions that on the news in any form, including BBC, which I listened to this morning on KSJE, very rarely, it seems to me, do we hear anything about the second largest refugee problem in the world. And there's a lot of other things going on, but there are now 6 million Venezuelans that have left Venezuela, which is a huge number.
Definitely.
And they've gone to the surrounding countries. I've been aware of them when I visited in Peru. And this particular tune, Me Fui, is by a Venezuelan woman. As I said, means just I left. And she sang it just using a ukulele because her guitar had been stolen in public parks in Lima. Somebody recorded her with a cell phone, and it became a viral hit.
Okay.
And a bunch of South American singers took it up and recorded it with her. So it's an interesting tune for that background. There's a video of her, actually there's several videos of her playing it or with other South American pop singers singing it with her. And so I just think the song itself is interesting and has a nice story behind it, and also is an example of that larger news problem of the 6 million Venezuelans that have had to go other places.
Right. Very cool. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
She's writing it down right now.
Yes.
So.
Okay. And one other book that I've been fascinated by, if I may.
Yeah.
You were talking about reading, Megan. There's a new book published January, February of this year. The title is quite simple. It's just American Shoes. And it's by a woman who's about 91 or 92 who lives in New York City. I'm sure her son helped her with it. Her name is Rosemarie Lengsfeld Turk, last name Turke. The book is a memoir. She, in about 1934-35, she was born in the United States, German immigrant parents, They had not naturalized, but they considered themselves, and she became an American citizen since she was born here. They went back to Germany because her paternal grandfather was dying, just to visit for a few months, with the consequence of they were not able to leave. She was raised under the Nazi regime. That's what the book is about, by and large. Her father, at the age of 40, was drafted to fight on the Eastern Front. And in 1945 or 46, she finally was able to return, being an American citizen at about the age of 14 at that time. And the book itself is just a fascinating story about what it meant in very personalized terms to be raised in Germany during World War II.
Wow.
Okay.
That does sound like a good book.
Yeah.
It is. It's very, very well done. And actually, her son writes an afterword to the story, using it sort of as a cautionary tale about how fragile democracy can be.
Very good. Well, it's definitely interesting, Robert. Both topics that you brought to us. So thank you for calling in this week. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time. I hope you all have a good day.
All righty. You too. Thank you very much. That is our first call this week on That's Interesting right here on KSJE. So we thank you for calling in, and we'll go to the phones. We have another caller here, too. So let's go to that call and see what's on your mind. Good morning. You're on KSJE.
Hi, Scott. It's Randy West.
Randy West from the Farmington Civic Center.
All right.
How are you, sir? You had a really good show last night, Lone Star, didn't you?
Lone Star rocked the house, let me tell you.
Very good. Well, congratulations, but I know, of course, you're not sitting on your successes. You've got other things up your sleeve.
We do. I think that we took a vote, and we think that it was a combination of Lone Star was certainly a raucous, loud band, but we think the crowd was maybe the loudest crowd we've had, too.
Really? Louder than Billy Bob, huh?
Yeah, louder than Billy Bob. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a fun night. I just wanted to call and let you guys know that next Thursday, for 2 weeks, from this June 16th to the 26th, we're running Thursday through Sunday, our first production of the summer, which is The Music Man, here at the Civic Center.
Very good. That's right. That premieres next week already, doesn't it? Holy smokes.
It does. We've been rehearsing with a cast of a little over 40. So it's the biggest cast we've done with Four Corners Musical Theater since I've been here, certainly.
Right.
And it's a big, really big, full ensemble.
Of a total of 3 performances that I know you're going to be putting together this summer. The middle one, if I remember correctly, will be out at Sandstone at the Outdoor Amphitheater, but this first one is indoors at the Civic Center.
Right. Music Man is for 2 weekends, Thursday through Sunday, June 16th through the 26th, and then we go out and we open on July 7th and play 4 weekends out at Sandstone. That's also Thursday through Sunday, but of course Sandstone, all the shows are at 8. When we're doing the shows at the Civic Center, the Sunday shows are 2 o'clock matinees, but God doesn't allow for matinees in outdoor amphitheaters.
Well, yeah, and you have air conditioning at the Civic Center, so that makes a difference too.
We do.
Yes.
And so we're out there, and actually a change this year, our good friends at Clancy's, we're reinstating meals before the shows out at Sandstone this year. So they'll be doing a different meal every night, Thursday through Sunday. So if you want to come eat at Sandstone and then see the show, they'll be serving from 6:30 to 8 every evening. That we have a show out there, and that's a new ad.
Right.
That there were people last year that came kind of expecting real food, and what we've been doing the last couple of years is concessions. We will still be doing concessions, but but our friends at Clancy's are going to do a different. It's one complete meal every night, and a different meal every night for Thursday through Sunday, and then we come back here in August. And August 11th through the 21st, we do Annie back at the Civic Center, and that's another cast that's close to 40, but 24 of them are local young females between, I think the youngest is 8 and the oldest is about 14, who are playing the Annie and the Orphans in the musical Annie for us. So a lot of community involvement this summer, and 3 musicals, which is a big step up for us.
Very exciting. Well, like I said, you always have something exciting planned, Randy West. So thank you for sharing that with us. And gosh, the Music Man premieres next week already. So that's
right.
That's
so
good.
You can just go to farmington.org for if you want to buy tickets online, or you can call us at 505-599-1148 if you want to buy tickets, or you can come in the office if you want to buy tickets and see us.
Okay. Very good.
Well, great hearing from you guys, and we'll see you guys. You guys are a treasure in Farmington, and thanks for all you do in supporting everything Farmington, but certainly the arts, and thank you for that.
Well, we're here to do that,
Yeah.
and thank you for sharing and all the work that you do, Randy West. Looking forward to it, and Megan's always very dramatic, so that just goes without saying.
Of the two of us, for sure.
Yes. So, take care.
Looking forward to seeing all of you, and come by and see us at the Civic Center.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
you.
Randy.
Randy West from the Farmington Civic Center, and always a lot going on. You mentioned Billy Bob Thornton. You saw that show.
I did.
At the
It
Civic
was
Center.
fun.
Lone Star last night.
I got a Snapchat about that one.
Did you? Okay. All right. Very
I
good.
was like, who is this? And they're like, Lone Star, duh. I'm like, oh yeah, like
yeah.
that was a blast from the past.
Right.
I think that was kind of their heyday was in the 90s or
Yeah,
something.
but a lot of cool acts coming in, and
Yeah.
putting Farmington on the map, or at least making a stop here,
Yeah.
and then of course seeing the local actors on stage now as part of Music Man, and I think Pirates of Penzance is the middle show that'll be out at
Yes.
Sandstone at
Yes.
the Outdoor Amphitheater, and then Annie back here at the Civic Center indoors. So yeah,
Yeah,
Looking forward
we
to
did
that.
the Music Man in high school.
did you know? Okay.
I was not in it because would you know that there was a time where I couldn't sing?
What?
I know. You have to
find that
train yourself.
hard to believe.
I know. You got to train.
You seem like someone who's sung
Always
all
been
their
able
life.
to do it.
Yes.
I know. No.
Wow.
Did not start singing until like maybe the end of high school, and I was like, okay, I think I got a hang of it.
Okay.
But
All right. Interesting. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, that opens up the phones, everyone. If you'd like to join us, you can call us up this morning right here on That's Interesting with Scott and Megan. Give us a call, 505-566-3909, the number 505-566-3909 if you want to give us a call and tell us what's interesting in your world, or just call us up and say hello or good morning, or tell us how dramatic Megan has been.
Yeah.
These days, I think you can always share that.
These days.
Or me. I shouldn't leave myself out of it.
You're not very dramatic.
Not really.
I'm not a drama queen.
No, you're not.
I'm just very like effusive. See?
Yeah, see? Yes. Bonk the microphone. But yeah, that would do it. Randy mentioned your show. We should put a plug in for Radio Free Saturday morning.
Radio Free Saturday morning.
Actually, Randy didn't mention it. Robert mentioned it.
Robert.
Pardon me. But tomorrow, 9 to
And
11.
I remember the theme this week.
Okay. What is it?
Heart. Like heartfelt, broken heart,
Aw.
whatever. Like
Something with heart.
something with heart.
Okay.
And that's 9 to 11 a.m.
Tomorrow.
Mountain Time tomorrow.
Okay. You can listen live on
Yeah.
90.9 or stream it, ksje.com.
You can ask Alexa, play KSJE.
She does it really well.
Yeah.
I think Google Assistant will do it too.
Yes.
So you're everywhere.
I'm all taking
Yeah.
over the airwaves.
So 2 hours of heart songs is what you're saying, not Heart the group.
Not the group. Not the group.
Well, that'd be a cool show,
Oh,
too.
no, that would be. I do like the group, so that would be cool.
Yeah.
But no, the theme is heart. So
Okay.
a bunch of different. It's always something. There's always something a little weird in there that gets mixed in, and you might hear
Well,
a
true.
popular song from the '60s, and you'll hear like something a little strange currently, and whatever. I mean,
Well, yeah.
all over.
Plus
the
your
place.
commentary is
Well,
why I
that's
listen.
what makes it special. And truly, the commentary
Yes.
is what makes it special.
sure.
Because if you listen to sometimes I listen to satellite radio, and there's no commentary at all. They just say like.
I'm sorry, you do what?
Sometimes I listen to satellite radio.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Only when there's no service in the area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
I was
like
gonna
in the middle of nowhere.
When you're driving, when you're on a road trip.
When I'm on a
you're
road
outside
trip,
of the
yeah.
KSJE listening area is what you're
Right,
saying.
right.
Okay.
And it's they'll say a quippy thing, but it's pretty much they don't give a lot of context to like what the song was about or what this artist is up to. And part of what makes Radio Free Saturday Morning special is it's really focused on what's the story here behind what you're hearing. And that's what makes it, I think, interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
Very, very true. So tomorrow, 9 to 11, Mountain Time.
yes,
Check it out, everyone. Stories or songs about heart.
yes.
Okay.
I thought about maybe I'll do songs about brain next week.
Oh,
That might be interesting. That might be a little harder.
I would
There's
think that'd be
a lot
harder
of
to
songs
fill.
about heart.
Or maybe just thought. Maybe you could expand the theme to
Right,
brain and thought. You know.
insanity.
Yes, there's a lot of that, I'm sure.
A lot of options.
Love driving you crazy. I
Yeah.
think that would do it. Yeah.
Love is crazy making.
That's true. Very true. So there you are. Give us a call, everyone. 505-566-3909 is the number. If you'd like to give us a call here on KSJE is our That's Interesting program. We do this every other week. And the next week we'll be back with another Solutions from the Street. And so we invite you to give us a call and chat this morning, or else you got to wait another 2 weeks.
Right.
You know, this is your chance
This is
Give us-
your chance.
to give us a call. But that's all right.
Yeah.
You know, phones are open for just a
Phones are
few more
open.
minutes. But there you go.
Yeah.
I did want to mention also, if you're talking about events and things that are going on, Freedom Days is Farmington's big 4th of July celebration. I don't think they've had a big 4th of July as big as it used to be for the last couple of years, but
Sure.
it looks to be back this year. It's a multi-day event.
I love the multi-day events.
Do you?
Did you go to
See?
Riverfest?
I did go to Riverfest.
Right, because we were one of the sponsors.
We were. That's right.
And
I was at the Wiener Dog races.
Of course.
Of course I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dogs.
It was fun.
I was there on the Saturday evening. It was just so
Mm-hmm.
pleasant, and I love to see our town booming, like some sort of event that you see a lot of
Yeah,
people
that's a
come
huge
out.
event. I mean,
and
there was a lot of people there.
tons of people there, and it's so nice to see a town come together like that.
True. Yeah.
know?
I mean, it's really if you go down to the trails along the river, the Berg Park area, and all those places, and just kind of walk or ride your bike or jog or whatever. You know, usually it's not very crowded. You've got plenty of
No,
room
yeah.
to maneuver. Riverfest weekend, different story.
Right.
It's totally crowded, totally full. People, families, strollers,
Bands.
dogs.
I love the
everything.
bands.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
music. So. And the raft rides down the river, you know, you see those flying
Yeah,
by every once in a
those are-
while.
those happen,
So
which is-
it's a cool event.
it's a cool event.
But Freedom Days, I was going to mention, is there's a free concert at the Civic Center.
Who is
outdoors? Farmington's Chevelle Shepherd,
Oh,
the winner of The Voice.
The winner of The
right?
Voice.
From a few years ago. She's performing. I know she's wanted to perform in her hometown for a free concert. I think a lot of folks, you know, maybe couldn't get a ticket or it got sold out before they could get a ticket to see her at her paid concert. And so here's an opportunity to come out on the beautiful new lawn at the Civic Center that's been renovated and just bring a blanket and chill out and enjoy a free concert 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
So
I love
I
it.
just wanted to mention that.
Look at our town go.
That's right. The parade, of course. I'll be part of the parade. I'll be
Oh, yeah? You
announcing the
emceeing?
parade. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
you are.
you see on the 4th, and then there's another event coming back, which is the ice cream social at the Farmington Museum. It's going back to the Children's Museum, which is right downtown on Orchard there.
Yes.
And so we'll be there. I think on that Saturday with ice cream.
An ice cream social.
So ice cream social. There's an ice cream eating contest
So
for the kids.
I love this.
Do you?
I love all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Who puts on these events?
This Freedom Days is part of the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Okay.
The Farmington
So
Convention
those
with a
are
bunch
our
of
folks that
sponsors,
do it.
and then of course with the partnership with the city,
Sure.
and that's the two that kind of put that on. We'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the 5th of July fireworks display in the city of Bloomfield. That's a big deal that they put together with a lot of sponsors and business help. Tommy Bolak, B Square Ranch, always puts on a great fireworks show on the 4th of July. Farmington's is on the 3rd of July, so you've got 3 nights of fireworks: 3rd, 4th, and 5th
Nice.
coming up. So there you go.
Give your dogs a lot of antihistamines.
That's true. That's true. Not every dog deals with that very
No,
well.
my dog is quite large.
Yeah.
Black, looks very tough, has a very deep bark. You know, if you didn't
Yeah.
know him, you'd be like, "Ooh, I don't know."
Yeah, but he's not
Oh my God, with the fireworks.
really.
Oh,
See, and mine never get bothered. I've never had a dog bothered with fireworks or thunder or any of that.
yeah.
They're just like, oh, okay, it's a noise,
Yeah.
which I'm grateful for.
Yes. It's
But-
a little, because you feel kind of bad for them. And
Well, yeah.
like, oh, you're scared for like 3 nights straight.
Right.
So, yeah.
But that is what's coming up. But anyway, well, we are at the end of the show, I'm
All
afraid.
right.
You know, unless someone wants to call in, but
Should we give a preview for next week's Solutions from the Street?
oh, we could.
Let's do it.
We could.
Echo.
What's the problem? Oh.
Well,
Well, there you go.
Echo.
Is there an echo in here?
Echo. No,
What's the problem?
the problem is both food and rent insecurity.
Yes.
So just general financial insecurity.
Sure. Well, we had another report of inflation today, and it's up again, 8-point-something%. You know, it's crazy for people.
I'm legitimately scared, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm fortunate that I don't have to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. But if I was back in that position, I would be really. I mean, it's quite scary, and gas prices. I mean, you know, can people even get to work? Some of these people getting to work costs as much money as what you're making in a day. You know, I mean,
Sure.
it's
All that
like
stuff. I've seen a lot
scary.
of messages, maybe on Facebook, where folks would be asking if anyone else is driving, like maybe
A ride share?
ride sharing, like to
Yeah.
Durango or Durango to Farmington or Aztec or wherever, just to try to maybe split the expense, right? If someone else is
Yeah.
going in the same direction, you might as well.
So scary.
It's tough. And we know that even if you're not living paycheck to paycheck right now, one car repair or medical bill and kablam,
Absolutely.
now you are
And
living
now you
paycheck to
are.
paycheck, right?
Yeah, now you are. So
Anyway.
a lot of us are in that position, and it's if it keeps rising,
Yeah.
this is tough. And so Echo has some help out there for us, and so we're going to talk to Nanette, who's the CEO over there.
Good.
About
Bringing some
what they offer.
solutions.
Bringing some solutions.
That's
so.
great. Well, and that's what the whole show's about. So that's
That's
next
right.
week, everyone. But again, we know that it's tough for a lot of families out there, and so that's what the show is about: is to try to bring some solutions to
Yeah.
some of these problems that folks are dealing with that maybe aren't. You know, Echo's not a government agency; they are a nonprofit.
Yeah.
But this is the whole idea of kind of identifying some of these non-governmental solutions to these societal problems that we're dealing with, and
Yes.
and certainly high prices and food insecurity and housing insecurity are two of the big ones.
Yes.
So we'll see you next week then, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. I think I had a graphic to share, but of course I forgot to do that. There you are. That's what we're talking about. That's what I meant to show
There we are.
for the last 10 minutes. But there it is. Better late than never. So, story of my life. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay cool. God, it's going to be hot today and all weekend. So do stay cool and hydrated. And we'll see you next week right here on KSJE.
KSJE is supported by the Alzheimer's Association, New Mexico chapter, with a local office in Farmington, providing free services and resources to help those living with dementia and their families, including their 24/7 helpline, 1-800-272-3900. The Alzheimer's Association, New Mexico chapter, 1-800-272-3900. KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, bringing a full slate of entertainment to Farmington and San Juan County. A free concert with Farmington's Chevelle Shepherd, Saturday, July 2nd at 7:30 p.m. The Farmington Civic Center, 200 West Arrington in downtown Farmington. Find out more online at fmtn.org/shows or 505-599-1148. KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, bringing a full slate of entertainment to Farmington and San Juan County. The Music Man Musical, multiple performances June 16th through June 26th. The Farmington Civic Center, 200 West Arrington in downtown Farmington.